Hey there, and welcome to English for Everyone, where we teach real-life American English. Today you're going to learn how to avoid some common mistakes. Let's get started. First, this is not correct.
It can identify you to a region or a place.
It's not correct to say region. We have to say region. We have to use the j sound, not the j sound. Sometimes the letter G is pronounced with a j sound, but not in this case. We have to say region with a j sound, like in juice and jump. Let's listen to some examples.
Another especially safe region is the Midwest or Rust Belt.
And so most of the lawyers in that region will come from particular law schools.
By 1855, a railroad spanning the region significantly shortened the trip.
In the 1600s, European colonizers destabilized this region.
This bountiful region was the homeland of multiple Native American tribes.
You see, the reason that this region is so good for Pinot is that the cold air off the Pacific flows in at night.
There had been some inclement weather in the region. The problem seems linked to what authorities are calling catastrophic power surge that has tripled traffic in the area.
We see these three words. They're two-syllable words, and they end with AGE. And they have three different pronunciations. The first word is message. And the second word is garage. And the third word is rampage. So we see we have three different pronunciations for AGE at the end of the word. Let's take a closer look. So if it's a one-syllable word, it's easy. It's always age. For example, age or page and cage. Use the long A like say and day, with a j at the end, like juice and jump. Age. Age, page, cage. Easy. But what if it's two syllables? If it's two syllables, you have three different pronunciations. The first word is message. This is the most common pronunciation of a two-syllable word with AGE at the end. Idge, idge. It's a short sound, plus the j, like in juice and jump. Idge. Message. This is the most common way to pronounce AGE at the end of a word if it's a two-syllable word. The second pronunciation is AHZH in the word garage. It's an open sound, like hot and stop, plus the sound zh. The sound zh we see in words like usual, vision, pleasure, measure. We need this sound, zh. It's like the SH sound, sh, sh, but we make a voice. Sh. Now add the voice. Sh. This is the sound we need. Sh. At the end of the word. The word is garage. Garage. Some people say garage, but I say garage. Garage. Sh. And we have a lot of words that end with AGE with the same sound, aj, at the end. And we have to learn them all, so we don't mispronounce words ending with AGE. And the last word, rampage. Sometimes we have two-syllable words with AG at the end and it makes a long A sound, like with one-syllable words. Age, page, and cage. The same sound here, rampage. There are only a few of these words, and we need to learn them all too. So let's get started. First, let's learn the words that end with AGE and make the sound aj, like garage. We also have massage. Massage is a countable noun. You get a massage. Or you can give somebody a massage. When you rub their back and shoulders, that's a massage. Example, she's getting a massage. Make the open ah sound like hot and stop, plus the zh sound. Together, aj, massage.
Carol was the only one that was home, and she said she couldn't come get me because she was getting a massage.
Forget the massage. Okay?
Massage?
Yeah.
Hey, you're not about to mess up my massage. I'm telling you right now.
No. Clockwise. Clockwise. I said massage clockwise.
Example, she's getting a massage. Let's practice. Is she getting a massage? That's right, she's getting a massage. And we have this word, camouflage. Again, the AGE makes the open sound ah plus the zh sound. Aj, camouflage. The first syllable is the open sound, like ma'am and ham, cam, camma. The second syllable is relaxed, closed. Camouflage. And that AGE makes the AHZH sound. Like in garage and massage. Camouflage. This is camouflage. I don't like to wear camouflage, but it's very popular.
We have to camouflage the car somehow.
Like what, JJ?
How about a limousine with diplomatic plates? Nah, I know.
I followed the guy in the camouflage jacket.
We'll cover this up. We'll camouflage the Jeep. We'll cover up our tracks and stash these cases at the coffin place.
It's not a cure. It's camouflage. It's camouflage.
He's wearing a camouflage shirt. Let's practice. What is he wearing? Is he wearing a camouflage shirt? That's right, he's wearing a camouflage shirt. Our next word is sabotage. Sabotage. Same sound with AGE. AHZH. Sabotage. The first syllable is the short a, like black cat. Saba. The second syllable is relaxed. Sabotage. Sabotage is not countable. Sabotage is damage. They do something to hurt you in order to stop your progress. That's sabotage. Let's hear some examples of sabotage.
The weak are always trying to sabotage the strong.
So I guess I have to sabotage my cable, until we get to know each other well enough.
Do not sabotage me.
I'm doing major plastic sabotage tonight.
They're trying to sabotage the election.
We kept our eyes open for opportunities for sabotage.
Are you part of a conspiracy to sabotage the AHZH program?
And like any virus, they eventually sabotage the system.
I didn't sabotage the power plant. The power plant sabotaged me. I'm gonna sabotage the power plant tonight, and you're gonna help me.
He said that Shipley was asked in the summer of 1971 by an old Army buddy, a Donald Segretti, to join a group of other lawyers for Nixon's campaign to sabotage a Democratic candidate.
Example. One team stole the other team's uniforms, so they couldn't play. That's sabotage. Let's practice. One team stole the other team's uniforms so they couldn't play. Is that sabotage? That's right, that's sabotage. And this word is triage. Triage. TR makes the ch sound like chicken, plus the R, tree. Use the long E like green beans. Triage. Again, we have the AHZH sound. Triage. A triage center is like an emergency room, but they do everything fast. The point is to find out who's really hurt and get them the right care as soon as possible. You see this in war on the battlefield. They set up a triage center, or if there's a disaster and they need to help a lot of people fast, that's called a triage center. Let's hear some examples.
Well, how did the triage officer ever overlook this one?
This is a triage situation.
If you can walk, move to the triage area.
I recently got transferred to triage.
No, Mom, triage is a unit of the ER.
This is a triage area.
Underground triage center service in the community.
There was a disaster, and there was a lot of people who were hurt, so they set up a triage center. Let's practice. Did they set up a triage center? That's right, they set up a triage center. The next word is mirage. Mirage. Again, we have the AGE making the AHZH sound. Mirage. Mirage is a countable noun. A mirage. So a mirage is like an illusion. You think you see something, but you don't really see what you think you see. That's a mirage. Imagine, they think they see water, but they get closer and there's no water. It was a mirage. Let's hear some examples.
It's like a mirage in a desert.
It's a mirage.
I always thought that I had, but it's like a mirage.
At first, it seemed like a mirage.
Like a mirage in the desert.
This place, your legacy, it's a mirage.
Example. He thought he saw water, but then when he got closer, he saw there was no water. It was a mirage. Let's practice. When he got close, he realized there was no water. Was it a mirage? That's right, it was a mirage. And we have this word, entourage. This is a special word because the EN makes a sound on. It's not entourage, it's on. Entourage. So the first syllable is on. The second syllable is tur. Make the sound like burger. Entour. And at the end, we have the AHZH sound again with AGE. Entourage. Entourage is countable. We say an entourage. An entourage is a group of people that travels with you. You see this normally with celebrities. Celebrities don't travel alone. They travel with a group of people that follow them around. Their publicist, their manager, friends, people like that. Celebrities usually travel with an entourage. Let's hear some examples.
She has an entourage.
What about me?
We contacted his entourage, and he has accepted my invitation to meet at a discreet location, well away from our headquarters.
Will he be alone, sir? He sometimes travels with a bit of an entourage.
Start an entourage.
Bit of an entourage.
He's 6'2", he's 400 pounds, he's got an entourage.
We caught up with Chase and his entourage on the set of his directorial debut, Hyde.
Who's he calling an entourage?
Apparently, they only have a small entourage as it is, and they made it out on an earlier flight.
Let's practice. Do celebrities usually travel with an entourage? That's right. Celebrities usually travel with an entourage. And this is a fuselage. A fuselage is the main body of an airplane. It's called a fuselage. Pronunciation, make the U sound. U. Few. Fuse. Fuse. The S is a true S plus the short sound Fuse. Fuselage. This is a fuselage, the main body of an airplane. This is the fuselage of the airplane. Let's hear some examples.
I want no wind resistance on the fuselage.
That should ensure fuselage integrity while maintaining power to weight ratio.
All right, then let's just make the fuselage in Michigan and the landing gear in Mississippi.
Should it become necessary to abandon the aircraft over Soviet territory, then there's a 2.5-pound explosive charge contained within the fuselage.
Wing snapped off. It drove the engine cowling into the rear fuselage. Yeah.
Let's practice. Is this the fuselage of the airplane? That's right. This is the fuselage of the airplane, the main body. And this is a corsage. Flowers. Flowers that you pin on a woman's dress is called a corsage. Put the stress on the second syllable. Corsage. Again, the AGE makes the AHZH sound here. Corsage. She's wearing a corsage. Let's hear some examples.
Is that a corsage?
No, let me see that corsage.
Look what I found. Complimentary corsage.
I even threw in a corsage. I want you to be very, very careful when you're putting on the corsage.
Let's practice. What is she wearing? Is she wearing a corsage? That's right. She's wearing a corsage. The next word is barrage. Very similar. Barrage. The first sound is like burger, burr, and the aj sound at the end. Barrage. It's a countable noun, a barrage. It means a lot, especially when you talk about an attack. Example, a barrage of missiles hit the city. That means a lot of missiles. A barrage. Again, a barrage of missiles hit the city. The city was attacked by a barrage of missiles. Let's hear some examples.
Now, my sources are telling me they're getting a barrage of anonymous and credible tips with all roads in this investigation leading to the Kryptonian visitor.
Fired a barrage of shots at them, and they were able to evade all the bullets.
Singing a lullaby to your infant and tucking them into bed, and then having to shield them as a barrage of high-caliber bullets literally blast into your home.
First, a barrage of cover fire, and then a charge across the street.
American spokesman reported a barrage of rockets, artillery, and mortar fire hitting the city.
Our own artillery is dropping a barrage directly on us.
Let's practice. Did a barrage of missiles hit the city? That's right. A barrage of missiles hit the city. Now we have this word, a montage. We're going to stress both syllables. Not a montage, but a montage. The first syllable is the short ah. Mon. Montage. A montage is a countable noun. It's the part in the movie when they play music and they show the person's progress happening little by little while the song is playing, while one song is playing over these different scenes. That's called a montage.
Video montage of their lives? Really?
Well, now we're gonna watch a romantic montage of you and Jenny said to Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time.
I had a happy family, a beautiful city, and a chance to show the French what a montage was all about.
These are just kind of fun montage pops.
Was it like a montage of all the scenes in your life?
Yeah, how come you didn't use me in the montage?
If you've ever seen the movie Rocky, or movies like The Karate Kid, when they're improving, they show the person improving, exercising, getting better, practicing over one song. That's called a montage. Did you see the montage in the Rocky movie? Very good. The next word is collage. This is a collage. It's like an art project. Children do this in school. They make a collage. A lot of different pieces stuck together to make art. This is a collage.
Obviously, I am taking a personal photo collage of hopelessness.
Okay. No idea. I like collage.
Bye. Bye, Caitlin. You have your collage?
It's like a collage. What's that supposed to be?
It's a collage, fool.
It's sort of a collage effect, isn't it?
I made a collage when I was in school. What about you? Did you make a collage when you were in school? Very good. The next word is homage. Or is it homage? This word has two pronunciations. If you see it after the word pay, usually it's pay homage, where the H is silent and the AGE is pronounced normally, like message and package. Homage. You pay homage to someone. It's like a tribute. A tribute to someone. You pay homage to someone.
An homage? Not exactly. We just stole the idea outright.
Homage to the king. Pay homage to the king.
And we will reap your soulless body as an homage to our testament.
Listen, I've started up this little tour business, kind of an homage to you guys.
But if you see this word after an, it was an homage. It's more common to hear that pronunciation. Again, the H is silent, but you have the aj sound at the end. It was an homage to somebody. That means it was a tribute to somebody. Let's hear some examples.
An homage to Dan.
It's an homage to you, Your Honor.
Do you have a what?
An homage, sir.
That's bullshit.
It's an homage.
Example. They built a statue. They built a statue to pay homage to the person. And the statue was an homage. Let's practice. Did they pay homage to the person? That's right. They paid homage to the person by building a statue for them. And I can say it was an homage. It was an homage to the person. Example. The statue was an homage to the person. Let's practice. Was the statue an homage? That's right. The statue was an homage. And we have this French term that we use in English, American English. It's called ménage à trois. It's three people together in a romantic way. Pronunciation, ménage. Again, we have the aj sound at the end. Ménage à trois. There's even a brand of wine with this name. And we pronounce it ménage à trois. Three people together in a romantic way.
I know your biggest fantasy has always been a menage a trois. And you've always had a thing for Blanche from the club.
I've done 3 ways, 4 ways, menage a trois, menage six.
Maybe the two of you would like to have a little menage a trois tonight?
Listen, Sheila, I want to live my fantasy one time of a menage a trois with Christine and your friend Rosita.
Now let's talk about words that end with AGE, two-syllable words, and they're pronounced age. There are only 3 of them. There are only 3 that I know. And the first one is rampage. Use the long A sound plus J. The hard J sound like juice and jump. Rampage. It's like when someone goes crazy and they go on a rampage. Maybe attacking people, destroying things. That's a rampage. Example, King Kong. King Kong went on a rampage. We use the verb go. Go on. Go on a rampage. In the past, went on a rampage. King Kong went on a rampage. Let's hear some examples.
It's crazy for it. He goes on a rampage and he shoots a clerk, a nurse, and a doctor.
If I don't find Arto soon, well then I'll be forced to go on a rampage and, well, kill every human being I see.
We went on a rampage of violence. A prediction. If you stay in concrete, you wind up working at the A&P. Either that or you're going to rampage with a hunting rifle.
Oh, yeah. They went on some sort of rampage, and I was so worried about Joey.
And William's appetite for destruction and rampage was insatiable.
Patients, medical staff, visitors. No one was spared in this madman's rampage through Fairwater Sanatorium.
Now Cameron's going on a rampage about this deadline.
He'll go on a rampage. It has to be destroyed.
When I woke up, I went on what the movie advertisements refer to as a roaring rampage of revenge.
Then he snaps, goes on a rampage, and takes the lead in killing the victim.
Now he has the incident he requires to go on a rampage of conquest.
Let's practice. Did King Kong go on a rampage? That's right. King Kong went on a rampage. Use the long A sound at the end for AGE. Age. Rampage. We also have this word, engage. In the past, engaged.
That mature Americans can engage in conversation and controversy, the clash of ideas.
I can't engage the warp drive, sir.
Be called upon to engage in one-on-one combat.
Melanie, I'm sorry. I know you don't like me because I'm not engaged and involved.
No. My problem with you.
But I'm a normal guy. See, in one life, I'm engaged to marry a woman I love.
He's engaged to my daughter.
I am engaged. But it's kind of informal.
He said that if he'd known he was engaged to be married, he would never have taken him.
What if you were engaged to a doctor?
Yeah, Eve and I were engaged after high school, but it didn't work out.
No engage in employment of any kind for at least 6 months.
And I can describe to people, if they're going to get married, they're engaged. They're engaged to be married. The AGE makes a long A sound. Engaged. Let's practice. Are they engaged? Are they engaged to be married? That's right, they're engaged. Or I can say they're engaged to be married. Either way is correct. And the last word is assuage. Assuage is a verb, and it has a long A sound for AGE. AHZH. Assuage means to make something feel less intense. Example, if you have fears, you can do something to assuage your fears, to make them less intense. Or if you feel guilty, you have guilt. You can do something to make yourself feel less guilty. You can assuage your guilt. Make it less intense. Let's hear some examples.
Does that assuage your guilt?
Would such an approach assuage you?
They hire you because you assuage their sense of guilt.
No need to be nasty, Bill. There was some thought that you might actually want to hear this information. That it might assuage your guilt.
So he created this Water Street Butcher persona to assuage people's fears about this unknown killer.
Example, the children are scared, but the teacher wants to assuage their fears. She wants to make them less scared. Let's practice. Does the teacher want to assuage their fears? That's right, the teacher wants to assuage their fears. Make their fears feel less intense. Now, there are other words that end with AGE and have the A sound, but they're like combination words. Like if you take stage and change it to backstage, we have words like that. Or you could take age and change it to teenage. Or you can take the word page and change it to web page. You're combining different words together. Or you can change words with a prefix, like you can change rage to enrage. Rage is anger, and to enrage is to make someone angry. But the only three words I know that are truly individual words are rampage, engage, and assuage. If you know any more, let me know. Send them to me. So we practice the three pronunciations. The first one, message. Use the edge sound. This is the most common. The second was AHZH, like in garage. And we practice all the words that end with that pronunciation. And if you know any more, send them to me. And we had rampage with the AGE at the end for a two-syllable word. And we practiced all of those. So if you see a two-syllable word with AG at the end, and we didn't talk about it in this video, that means it ends with IDGE, because that's the most common pronunciation. Package, message, marriage. It's a very common pronunciation. There are a lot of words. So thank you for watching. And if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.